Good evening. We are back for the Tuesday edition of MBBF Insta Live. Since we started, we've heard Stan Okoye, we've heard Promise Anumakara, we've heard Michael Eric, what's his name now? Kelechi Anuna, and trying to talk to them, trying to know how they've been coping with the current lockdown, and also the need for people to stay safe during this coronavirus pandemic with every in the world. We've also spoken to them about their career at the club level and also at the national team level. Today, for today's edition, we'll be having a powerful guest, a lady of many parts, a basketballer, an entrepreneur, everything that you think you can have, you hope to see in an African woman. Her name simply is Ezinne Kalu. She christened herself the Nigerian Queen, but from what she has done so far at the continental level, I think it's safe to say that she has put in a good shift and also has the right to be referred to as the African Queen. Very soon we'll be inviting her to join us on this special MBBF Insta Live, where we'll be asking her so many questions about her life, about, as in terms of being a basketball player, about her personal life.
Well, hello.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. Why is your room disorganized?
Huh?
What's all those things behind you?
Oh, I have a nice little room, nice little setup. Those are my jackets hanging up on my door.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
scattered.
No, no, I'm very organized, actually.
Can we have a sneak peek?
Yeah, of my room? Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a tour. So this is where all my shoes are.
Okay.
This is my TV. This is where I get dressed up. You see, I got my little Alpha shirt on. You already know. And this is where the magic happens. Dun, dun, dun.
What magic?
The sleeping magic for me to have all my energy and power.
Oh, okay. Um, of BBF Insta Live. A lot of people have been asking when will you come on board and discuss things about you, and finally we've made their dreams come true.
Yeah.
From Nigeria, we are saying good evening and welcome. So,
Thank
we
you.
want you to make us a promise that everything you're going to say will be nothing but the truth.
Of course, yes. Everything I say
Then,
will be nothing but the truth.
and then you will tell us, you will give us all the answers that we need. No rigmaroling, no hanky panky, no snaky answers and all that.
I will give you answers to the best of my ability.
Okay.
I will answer them to the best of my ability. How about that?
Okay. Now let's start with you now. Who is Ezinne Kalu?
I mean, Ezinne Kalu is this virtual person, versatile person. I mean, I can be a hustler, a fighter. I can be a sweetheart. I can be this professional woman that's into the business. I can be this queen. It just depends on what side of the bed that I wake up on in the morning of which side of Ezinne you're gonna get. So it's so many different sides to who I am.
So tell us a bit about your family.
Tell us about what?
About your family, how you grew up.
Yes, so I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. My mom is American and my dad is Nigerian. I grew up mostly with my mom in Newark, New Jersey. I have an older brother and two older sisters on my mom's side. And on my dad's side, I'm the oldest of two girls and one boy. And we are pretty close. We're all pretty close in age. I've been to Nigeria before. I think that's the perks of having like an American mom and a Nigerian dad. I get to have the best of both worlds. When my dad came around growing up, he took me to Nigeria, and I was able to visit there, visit my village, and get a little bit of culture from there. Growing up, it's been hard and it's been easy. I mean, but it's definitely a blessing for how I've turned out now.
So where are you from in Nigeria?
Abia State. I'm from Aba.
Okay, now let's look at the name Kalu. For
Mhm.
many, for a while, they thought probably you had something to do with the ruling family in Abia State, the Orji's of
Mhm.
Kalu and all of them. Is there any truth to this?
Honestly, I don't know. I still have not found out yet. Maybe I am related. Maybe I
Have you been
am.
have you been asked
Huh?
that question? Have you been asked that
Not
question
yet.
before?
No. Not yet. No.
Okay.
I'm actually visiting my village this Christmas coming up in Ohafia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your growing up from cradle to college days and all that about that.
Growing up, well, I went to South 17th Street School. That's where I grew up. That's where I first learned how to play basketball. And that elementary school was really good, really great because it was right across the street from a recreation center. So I had time to work out, make friends. I went to Science Park High School, not too far from my house. That was an academic school. It wasn't a school really known for basketball, but once I got there, I kind of like put them on the map as far as basketball. Science High School, scored 1,000, 2,000 points there. After leaving there, I got a full basketball scholarship to Savannah State in Georgia, HBCU. One of the best decisions I've made ever. I had a full ride there, and that was a really great experience to just go to a school for free, not have to have my mom pay for school because that's really expensive. And yeah, I can definitely see my progress from where I started growing up into now. Growing up in New Jersey, it's always said that you either end up dead or you either end up locked up. And I was definitely one of those rare cases to find something that I loved and find something that I wanted to do and kind of stick with it. And I'm happy that basketball was something that was able to be my meal ticket to provide and even do something better in my life coming out of Newark, New Jersey.
You are a lady of many parts. In this perspective, let me say of two parts. Having a Nigerian dad and having an
Mm-hmm.
American mom, best of both worlds, and then having to live separately, from your dad and also from your mom. Sometimes
Yeah.
having two homes. Is it a burden for you, or you see it as a blessing?
I see it as both, really, because I see it as a blessing because I get the opportunity to play with the national team. I get the opportunity to have Nigerian passport, to represent my people, to travel there, to feel like I'm home. But on the downside, it's like I wish I grew up more so with my dad because I think I'll have more of the Nigerian culture. I'll be fluent in the language. I'll speak the language. I'll know how to respond when somebody's talking to me, and I can definitely represent the area that I came from if I grew up more with my dad. I do think that me being on a national team has kind of like helped with that culture because the girls they teaching me pidgin, Igbo, they teaching me these things. So it's kind of like even though it is a curse, I kind of look at it as a blessing as well because I got my girls to help me. I travel there as much as I can to get that culture that I miss growing up.
So, as a black kid growing up in the U.S., dominated by
Hmm.
how was it easy? How was it difficult? Did you face any form of discrimination or people trying to talk down you because of your skin color or because of your heritage? Kind of.
Yeah, growing up, race has always been an issue. I'm pretty sure for any child. But growing up, I didn't see much racism because where I lived, it was predominantly a black neighborhood. But as far as like words of discouragement, I've received that sometimes from people of my own race. So when I look at that, I don't think about just racism. Sometimes I'll receive criticism or people of my same race would say, hey, I don't think you should do that. You're not this good. You're not that good. You're not going to make it. So all of that kind of like made me persevere, regardless. I don't think me being black kind of set me back at all. I mean, there is some stigmas that come with our skin color, but growing up, me personally, I haven't had any experience growing up. Now, over once I started playing overseas, and I got overseas for sure. Portugal, extremely racist. I played there, and the fans were horrible. Um, where else? Budapest, not so much. They weren't that racist, but I definitely got treated differently at certain restaurants, certain games. Some of the fans were really rude. Germany was really nice. I didn't see, there were no really racist people there. If they were, they didn't. I didn't see any. And French is not. France is not. I don't get any racism from them as well. But to answer your question, no. Growing up, I didn't really have difficulties of someone, talking down to me or treating me different because of my race. But definitely overseas, professional, I've definitely, felt the wrath.
While in school, high school,
Hmm.
college, were you the bully or you were the bullied?
um, I think I was the bullied. Like people, I didn't get bullied. Like I was not no punk. Okay, let's start there. But people definitely used to try to pick on me. Um, because I always carry myself as if like I was super confident and I don't need to be around a group of people to feel to feel like I belong. I can just be myself, and a lot of girls didn't really like that, and they felt some kind of way. They would express their opinions on social media or to other close friends. But yeah, I don't. No, I never got bullied, or I never was the bully. No, that's not my style.
Okay, now, memorable time for you while growing up that you know has left a lasting impression on you, and then you never forget in a hurry.
What question?
Memorable moment for you while growing up that
Oh,
you never forget in a hurry.
a memorable moment growing up was when I probably got my first car. Yeah, I got my first car my junior year in high school, and I just felt like it was time for me to drive. Like all my friends in school had cars. Here I am, one of the best players of the basketball team. Everybody's always like, want to be around me, want to hang with me and talk to me, but I'm catching the bus. So it's just like I just was telling my mom that I really needed a car. She was saying, times was hard. My mom didn't really have the money. We struggled with money for a while in high school, so she didn't really have it. But my sophomore year came around, and miraculously, the money just appeared, and we went to a car dealership to go test drive a car. It was a Mercury Cougar, a red one. I'll never forget. I test drove it, and my mom was like, "Oh, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you want to get it?" I'm like, "Yes, mom, I really love it. I want it. I want it." And then she was like, "It's yours." She had the keys, had the title, and everything in the car. We drove the car from the lot to the house. So I was like, that was like really, really, really special for me. I was super excited, super happy. I drove every day, and like 4 or 5 months later, the car broke down. So, but I'm definitely it was definitely a memorable moment.
And
Yeah.
how supportive were your parents? You know, for you combining education and then the basketball side of it, because for many they see basketball or sports as a distraction, as the
Hmm.
downside, and then they focus more on education, get this certificate, get that paper, and all that. But
Yeah, for
for
sure.
you as a kid, how supportive were your parents regarding you playing basketball?
Yeah, my mom was definitely very supportive on board because, like I said, she taught me how to play basketball. She grew up with me, so she was super on board with it. She knew that she could stay on me to stay dedicated and stay focused. My dad, on the other hand, he wasn't so sure. You know how Nigerian parents are; they want you to really focus on your education and really get something that's gonna provide for you and your family as a whole. So my dad he wasn't really on board with basketball just yet until my college career came around. And then that's when I felt the support from both of them. I've always felt the support from my mom throughout my whole career, but my dad came in when I started college. That's when I felt the support from both of them. They stayed on me to, stay positive, keep pushing, not to give up, and, just keep them in the loop about things and keep God first. So they've always been supportive, once they see how serious I was and once they see how good I was becoming and how far I can, actually go.
So, how and when did you acquire your first basketball shoe?
My first basketball shoe was sixth grade. I started playing basketball in third grade, but I didn't get my first basketball shoe till sixth grade. So can you imagine? I was playing in Chuck Taylors and Reeboks. I didn't get my first real basketball shoe till sixth grade, and I got a pair of Kobe Bryant's, and that's always been my favorite shoe since then. Yeah, I got a pair of Kobe Bryant's. I forget which number they were, but I know they were a pair of Kobe Bryant's, and I loved them. It just felt like I was playing with socks on, and it was really super comfortable, and I just felt like I was unstoppable. I still wasn't as good yet, but the sneakers were like a step up for me to boost my confidence. Like, okay, I got this, Kalu.
Um, let's take a sneak peek at how your basketball career started for Nigeria. You started in
Yeah.
at the senior level, where you went to play the OQT in France, right?
Mhm.
Um, how easy was it for you to decide on playing for Nigeria?
It was very easy for me to decide because honestly, there was no other options. And even if there were other options, I think that Nigeria probably would have been the best suit for me anyway as an individual. But yeah, when I first made that decision to play with them, well, I actually started playing with them with the junior club team. I don't know if you knew that, but I started with the junior team. But once I started with the OQT team in France, that was a really special moment for me. It was a really big moment for me. My first time with the senior team, so I kind of like had a lot to prove, and there was a weight on my shoulders. But I swear, hitting that game-winning shot was kind of like the door opening for me. And from there, I kind of knew like to really start, buckling down and really start to position myself to be successful on a senior level.
How were you contacted to play for Nigeria at that level?
Through email. Through email, yes. I was. This was when Joyce reached out to me. Um, Probably like probably about a month or two before the OQT started. And she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna put you in touch with Mac the Ben, and she's gonna work something out. And then next thing I know, my email is in a group with other girls, and they saying asking for information, asking us, what days when are we available, and then that one chain email just came into what it is now.
So when you got that first email, where were you and how did
Yeah.
you react?
Yeah, I was in Savannah. I was in college, and I was excited. I was super happy. I was a little nervous because I'm just like, wow, am I going to be representing the whole country? I know I'm going to have to try out. I know there's going to be many girls there. So it was very like, ooh, like a moment, but I was definitely up for the challenge.
In 2017, you made your debut on the continent, playing at the Afro Basket.
Yeah.
Describe that thing. You basically all your life you've played in US and also in Europe. Now coming
Mhm.
back home to the continent to play basketball. How challenging was it?
It was very I wouldn't say I could say it was challenging. Yeah, I think it was challenging because I feel like I've always known one way of playing basketball, and that was always, the modified Division 1 college basketball, or the small fry basketball, or the high school games basketball. So playing for on a national team, I'm playing against girls who are on a different level, game wise, mentally and physically. So knowing that I was going to be playing my first Afro basket, the first African tournament, I knew I was going to be playing against the girls who were just as good as me or at the same level. And to know that I was going to be coming into a game that's aggressive and that's tough and that's hard, that's going to make you work and sweat and probably bleed. I was really happy to be challenged with it. I was definitely up for the challenge. I think the most challenging part was probably just, learning how to control my emotions and really focus on playing the game and, being with my team and not just playing as an individual, especially playing against African teams.
Now fast forward to 2019,
Mm-hmm.
you helped the team
Okay.
a lot. Your stats were amazing. 13 points per game, 2.6 rebound per game, and also an assist, 3.2 assists per game for you to become the most valuable player of the tournament. Aside from winning the title, which your second title in a row, um, that individual achievement, first time on the continent, how did that had as a sweetener to the already won AfroBasket gold?
I was really happy. I was really happy. I was super excited. Mom, I'm on a lot. Oh, this is my
No,
mom. You see her with her mask on? I'm safe. Oh. Sorry about that. But man, to win that award for the first time, and I was really like amazed by it. I was super shocked. I was in tears because to win that award on that platform, like the most valuable player of the whole tournament, was huge. And it was definitely some games where I played really well, and there was definitely some games where I shot terribly. I mean, let's just be honest. So it was some games where I went like maybe 1 or 6 from the 3-point range, but I didn't let that stop me. I just kept playing. I tried to give my all to my teammates. I definitely could have not received the award without my teammates being being there to catch those assists or being able to pass in the ball to score those lifts or those jump shots. So I was really humbled to win it. I was definitely like a little thrown back because I'm just like, wow, now they're definitely going to be gunning for me next year or in Serbia. So I was really happy to win the overall. It was a really good feeling.
Why do people cry when they get named? Because I thought people should be happy and not to shed tears. So why do people cry when they win?
It's kind of like tears of joy. Like you're not crying. You're not like, I wasn't crying because I was sad. I was crying because I'm just like, wow, we just won the championship. There's thousands of fans here. All my teammates are super happy. I'm super happy. I'm so overwhelmed. All I could do was cry. And then tears just started.
How do those tears come out?
It's just the energy and the fire inside of me.
What do you think about? Because for me, I knew that you only cry when you are sad, when you have memories or something bad happens to you, you're in pain. But
no, tears of joy. When you're really truly happy, there's tears of joy. Okay, let me ask you a question. You're married, right?
No, I'm not.
You're married, right? You're not married. Okay, well, when you another special moment when people cry. Usually, like when guys, I actually were you married because when the guy sees his bride walking down the aisle, he starts to cry. Why? Tears of joy. Or when you win the lottery ticket for like $1 million and you just start crying. Why? Tears of joy. You just won $1 million.
If I won a ticket, then I will start investing. Why should I cry?
Tears of joy and happiness. So you've never cried tears of joy.
No, I've not.
You've never cried happy tears ever. No. Oh my God.
So
I find that hard to believe.
How does it feel? And how often do you cry?
It feels good. Like you get butterflies inside. You feel tingly. You feel like, wow. Like for me, like the world is just like the world stopped and everybody's just looking at me and it's just like, oh my God, like wow, like I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just, what else can I do but just show tears of joy? Something special has to happen for you, and I bet you're gonna cry tears of joy one time, and you're gonna remember this moment. You're gonna remember this moment. I'm telling you.
All right. Straight up to the finals against Senegal, who were at that time the AfroBasket. We've asked different players. I think I've spoken to Promise about this. I've spoken to Ezinne Kalu about this. They told me different things, you know. From your own point of view, what was the atmosphere like playing against Senegal in Dakar?
Oh my God, the atmosphere was definitely crazy. I kind of felt bad for Promise because I gave her so many heads up to just like warn her of how the energy was. And the energy in Mali was crazy. So I knew it was going to be like that in Senegal, but Senegal was a whole nother level of crazy. Okay. You have crazy and you have Senegal crazy. And the fans And I don't mean crazy in a bad way, because you had some fans who were crazy and supported us, and you had some fans who were crazy who didn't want us to win at all. So the atmosphere was amazing but crazy. I mean, the energy was through the roof. The fans were just like diehard fans. They wanted to win no matter what. Um, Even traveling to the game, the day of the game, we had to actually drive the team bus onto the sidewalk so we could walk directly into the gym off the bus. I mean, the fans were just like banging on the bus and screaming. On the court, we couldn't hear anything. We could barely hear the whistles. I loved it, honestly. I love the energy. I just hate that sometimes they had to resort to like throwing salt into Promise Eyes or throwing salt into our bench or doing the extra stuff. I hated that part, but overall, I really love the energy. It's thousands of people. You don't know if they cheer for you or for your win or cheer for your loss. So it's like that type of crowd, this type of energy. I love to play in it because when you beat them, it's just like wow, it's so quiet. It was just so quiet when the buzzer went off.
At, did you at any point, probably you got scared that this thing could take a turn for the worse? When you saw um, the, the, the the Senegalese that were crazy, and then being intimidated, being shouted upon, while coming from the hotel, making your way down to um, the locker room and all that. Were you at any point scared that probably this thing would probably get out of hand?
I was more so scared for our safety a little bit. I knew that we were gonna step on the court and handle what we need to handle out on the court because nobody can really touch us once we're in between those lines. But I was a little upset at how the situation occurred with like the egg on the door and the sand, them throwing certain things at us. So I was a little nervous for our safety more so the game. Once we step on this court, it's really not much people can do unless they physically all jump on the court to try to play. But I was just more so concerned about our safety versus us being scared for the game because I think once we step on the court, all that fear kind of turns into like anxiousness and wanting to win.
Um, your program rituals. How do you prep yourself for a game? Before stepping on the court.
I pray. I listen to my music. I stretch really well, and I make sure I shoot. And that's about it. I'm really simple. I don't like to really talk too much before the game because that's the time when I really take to mentally focus and think about how I want to take approach to the game. Um, and that's about it. I warm up with the team. I get my mind right. I encourage everybody. I try to pump that spirit into everybody. Let them know the closer that we get to tip off, the closer that we need to really lock in and get focused. Um, yeah, I don't really have my ritual is to just eat, kill everything.
You scream a lot. You talk a lot. You shout a lot when you're on the court.
Yes.
Where did you get that attitude from? And is this who you are on off the court? And this your beast mode. How does it help you with game?
I think all that comes from me playing street ball. I grew up playing street ball, and what I mean by street ball is I grew up playing against like girls and guys where there's no rules, there's no fouls, there's no out of bounds. It's just everybody's playing. Whoever scored the most points is wins. So I grew up always playing aggressive basketball, always being in your face, challenging you, talking junk to you, making you work harder, pulling you. I grew up playing that kind of ball. So to have that mentality stick with me throughout the years, it's just all hunger. Because I've seen how far I've come. I've seen like what I've almost given up. I've pushed through all the injuries. So all that screaming, all that fire, all that energy, that just comes from all the energy that's been backed up for years now. And I get all the energy on defense. I love defense. Defense is one of the best part of the game. So when I use that energy defense. That's what makes me scream and getting in my teammate's face and tell them let's go and always talking. I live off of that. That's the energy that feeds me. And I don't know, it's always the kind of attitude I kind of stuck with. No matter who I play against, no matter who, what's the name on the front or the name on the back of the jersey, I've always been taught to go at them, go hard, give 1,000%, and by the end of the game, be the only one standing.
And is this who you are outside the basketball court?
Yes and no. I feel like when it comes to, creating a brand outside of basketball, when it comes to competitiveness, I do have that same spirit. Like I do want to be competitive in my brand and creating a lifestyle outside of basketball and letting people know this is who I am. This is what I have to offer outside of, number 23 from the Nigerian national team. So I'm definitely the same in that area as far as competitiveness. But off the court, I'm such a lady. I'm super chill, laid back, always smiling, laughing. I don't wear sneakers or sweats too much. I'm always dressed up in heels or shoes. So I'm kind of like a Beauty and a Beast, sort of, if that makes sense.
I don't know. 2017, 2017, you won an Afro basket title, and 2019, you won another one. Your scale of preference, which will be the most important? First one being the first, second one being the tournament was all about you. Which one will you describe as being so memorable?
So memorable. Out of all of the tournaments, or just the Afro basketball ones?
17 and 2019.
Definitely Mali.
Oh, you didn't
No,
cry, man.
no. I gotta say Senegal because we won the championship, and of course I got the awards, the MVP, the top five, All Star. So those are huge. So that was definitely the most memorable because I didn't think I was gonna get it anyway, and those made me like really like I can't stop thinking about those moments. I even have like the trophy right here on my dresser. So that's the
Can,
most memorable one.
can we say
Huh?
can we see the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, and what about your wristwatch?
Huh?
Your wristwatch, is it lost?
Oh, of
The
course not.
it is okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
So
and this is the top five trophy that they gave.
okay,
Yeah.
nice one there. Now let's go straight to the OQT. After the
Hmm.
title, then we came around together again for the Olympic qualifiers. You won your first game, and then you became technically the first team in the world to qualify for the Olympics.
Hmm.
Second game was against the host, which was well understood. Third game against world number one US. At a point, we were up by 16 points. Then gradually they started cutting back our lead, and then they eventually won. Was that
You
game
said we
winnable for us?
decided. You said we decided.
No, no. I said they started cutting back the
Oh,
points
okay.
and eventually won. Was that game winnable?
Yes, I definitely think the game against USA was winnable. I think both games against Serbia and USA was winnable, but I think the USA game was definitely winnable because we definitely had the lead the whole game. I think that the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, I think USA just had a little more gas left in their tank. I mean, they started to be a little more aggressive. The aggressiveness that they was missing the first 3 quarters, they kind of used that same energy for the fourth quarter. And our five, we were. You could see we were tired. I mean, we were taking, not some good shots at some moments of the game. We really didn't be patient. We didn't really milk the clock and use the score to our advantage. We should have made better decisions. But I think ultimately, USA had a little more gas left in the tank, and we got a little comfortable and we got a little relaxed and was like, okay, we're up 16 points. So we didn't really see them blindside us when they got at 1 point. So now we're like having to battle and really find the extra energy that we didn't have. But yeah, I do think the game was definitely winnable. Yeah, for sure.
The coach at that time that you were leading, what was he telling you? And then when the leads were being cut, you know, what was he also telling you at that moment?
Yeah. He just was saying don't get away from why we were ahead, and that was because we were being aggressive. We were staying on the attack. We were, pushing them around and really getting up on them, and we kind of got away from that. So when he seen them getting the lead, or when he seen them taking the score, he told us to get back to how we started playing to begin with. You know, we were being aggressive. We were applying full court pressure. We were, you know, really supporting each other and really motivating each other. And I think we got away from that. So he just was really telling us to just don't forget why we stepped on the court in the first place, and that's just keep competing, keep having fun, and keep staying aggressive. And he said that throughout the whole game. He didn't really give up on us at all.
Let me take you back to a point that most of the people don't know. You know, most people in Nigeria. Before the World Cup, you were the team captain, and then the coaches decided, and then you were told to step down, or you were replaced by Coach Ortiz Uli. But when you got to the World Cup in Spain, there was a picture that made the round. You conversing with Otis, and then I think he was holding your head or was planting a kiss on your cheek and all that, which went viral. It was like a father and daughter moment. How were you able to meander that rough patch to now create a bond? And what is the bond between you and Coach Otis right now?
Yeah, when I want to touch on that. When I stepped down from being a captain, that wasn't. I don't think that was really a rough patch for me, because I feel like no matter what position I have on the team, my job is to still do my job, and that's to play basketball. That's to be a leader. That's to give 100%, regardless of if I hold the title of the captain or the trainer or the water girl, whatever my position is. I'm always supposed to give 100% and do what I'm on the team to do, and that's to play the game of basketball. So when all that happened, I didn't really, you know, take it personal. I didn't really get upset. Me and Coach Otis, obviously we had little ups and downs, because that's what happens between a point guard and a head coach. They have moments when they agree, and they have moments when they disagree. So that didn't really stop our relationship. I love Coach Otis. I feel like, you know, he has times where I can really connect with him as a point guard and as a player, because he sees the games in so many different levels and experiences. He's coached NBA, WNBA, so he has the experience. And yeah, we've had moments where we've had conversations, and some of the conversations got emotional, because I feel like we always like gonna be toe to toe. You know, I'm a strong personality. I come from New Jersey. He's from Jersey City, so we're very close in vicinity. And I'm just happy we have that relationship where I can talk to him. We can hash out things and get through little rough patches or, you know, disagreements. But yeah, that moment at the workout when he kissed me on my forehead, that was because I turned the ball over with like 12 seconds left, and I was so teary-eyed. So after the game, when Elo knocked down those 2 free throws for us to beat Greece, after we won the game, Coach Otis came up to me and he's just like, "You see, but I told you not to worry," and then he kissed me on my forehead. So that's how that picture happened.
The lessons that you took away from the OQT.
The lesson from the previous one or overall?
Oh, this particular one.
Yes. I just took that, you know, just no matter where you playing up, no matter what's level, just go out there and give 100% on the court. You know, play your game. Don't look for any validation from anybody. You know, if you feel like, if you have the confidence in yourself to play your game and to know that you can play well and to know that you know have a lot to offer to the team, whether you're playing 40 minutes or you're playing 5 minutes, yeah, that's always been, you know, my motto. And I think that leaving the OQT was really, you know, like an eye opener to just like, okay, you've won these awards, your team has done well overall, individually you've done well overall. Now it's time to really take it up a notch. And the OQT just kind of reminded me to go hard. You know, don't give up. Even though we have this COVID-19 mess going on, it doesn't mean to take a break. It means to just keep pushing and keep giving 100% and just use each day to get better.
Have you gotten used to knowing that you've qualified for the Olympics, and then probably in the next 1 year you'll be an Olympian?
Yes, I've definitely got used to it. I already have in my bio Olympian. Nobody can tell me that I'm not an Olympian. I already have in my bio. As soon as they took pictures of us with the big ticket, I went and put on Instagram into my bio Olympian. Like immediately, because nobody can say that I'm not Olympian. because we're going. I'm not gonna wait until we actually get there and play and then put in my bio, oh, I'm an Olympian. No. Right now, in this moment, I'm an Olympian. And then even next year, once I actually play, I'll be real Olympian. Or I'll be Olympian times one. So I'm good.
Um, you played at the World Cup. You played AfroBasket. You've played the OQT. Compare and contrast the competitive level of this tournament.
How has the competitive level been?
Compare and contrast the level of these three tournaments: OQT, AfroBasket, and also the World Cup.
Oh yes. AfroBasket is one of those I'm gonna call it the backyard tournament. You know, that's when all your friends, you tell all your friends to pull up to the backyard. We have the little basket in the backyard. We're gonna go 5-on-5, and it's gonna be no rules. There's gonna be street ball. We're gonna ball until you know someone is the last team standing. That's what I consider Afro basket, is that one competitive sport that you hope to be able to make it to. Playing in the World Cup. The World Cup, I like the World Cup. Their competitiveness is more of the methodical style. You know, because you're playing European basketball, you're playing against more teams who are not as fast as you or the girls in AfroBasket. You have to, you know, play smart. You have to be more mental and play against these teams with throughout the whole shot clock and with the smarts and talent of every other athlete. The OQT. The OQT is kind of like that's kind of like the fight. That's the fight before the big fight. You know, you have the chance to show how you can compete against African teams and as well against European teams. You know, and I was really excited that we got a chance to actually showcase that. And at first, I was a little upset that they had both of us, Mozambique and Nigeria, in the same bracket. But then again, I'm like, if they put us in separate brackets, it's a chance that we both might lose. But if we're both in the same bracket, one of us are guaranteed to make it. So I think that, yeah, that's what the OQT is about. Just showing your talent, showing you how you can play against African teams and European teams. And yeah, I haven't made it to the Olympics yet, but I know that would be the toughest one.
Best
So
moment
if I
for
had to
you.
do a ranking, Afro Basket number 1, OQT number 2, World Cup number 3. From hardest to not hardest. Yeah.
Best moment for you in the national team.
The best what?
Moment for you in the national team.
Was probably when I hit that game-winning shot against Korea. Yeah, because I think that was the moment where people start to know who Ezinne Kalu was. That's when I started to have my breakout moment, and then all the other opportunities start to come and really, really show.
But sadly for us, despite you having a breakout moment for Nigeria at that tournament, you couldn't make it to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Did that any negative way rub off on the way you wish to remember that tournament?
Yeah. I just wish we would have beat them by more, because they turned around and I think lost or beat one team that, yeah, I think I would have we should have just beat them by more points and not lost to Belarus. But we were young. It was our first tournament together as a team. So it's honestly, I don't regret anything from that moment.
Okay. We know that as a professional in any sport or any endeavor in life, your life, revolves around what you do. So for you as a professional athlete, what's your normal day like when you are in season?
Okay, so when I'm in season, especially in France, my normal day is I wake up in the morning, I eat breakfast, I go to my first practice. Sometimes we have weights first, so let me just add that in there. So I'll go to weights. After weights, I'll go straight to practice. We'll have practice for about 4 or 5 hours. I'm kidding. We'll practice for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. After that, I'll go home. I love to meal prep and I love to cook, so I'll eat lunch. I'll probably take a quick nap, watch some Netflix or watch film, and then I'll go to my second practice in the evening. That practice is about 2.5 hours. And that practice is like really aggressive, super hard. Sometimes I usually go before practice to shoot, or sometimes I sit after to shoot, depends on the type of practice we have. And then after practice, I come home and I shower, I eat dinner, and I just work on things outside of basketball to try to get my mind off of, the hard practices and the long days. I try to, work on my platform and my brand outside of basketball.
Okay, now that we have a unique situation at hand, all over the world, nothing seems to be happening. No basketball, no entertainment, nothing. How do you cope with this? Because knowing that you are always this cheerful type, outgoing type, on the fast side of life, how have
Yeah.
you been able, this gridlock? How have you been able to adapt and cope?
Honestly, this COVID-19 has been like a blessing and a curse to me. I said that because I'm a homebody, so I don't mind being at home. I don't mind, finding things to do in the house. I do wish that I was out, being able to eat at my favorite restaurants and being able to hang out with friends. But being home, I've just managed to just stay fit. I work out. I have workouts on my lives that I try to do throughout the week. I've been working on my business, Kalu Cosmetics. That's what I'm wearing right now. It's a makeup brand that I started. So I've just been trying to find ways to come out of this COVID-19 better and with more income. I've gotten to Forex trading. I've been trying to work on a kids book that I want to get started. I've been trying to work on my life book that I've been writing for the past 2 years now. So I've definitely tried to find ways to come out of the situation, income higher, more income, and also more, just giving back to who I am as a person and finding out how can I come out as a better person.
Um,
Yeah.
Earlier on, we spoke about the game against US.
Mm-hmm.
We noticed the same thing at the World Cup, head to head, toe to toe, before the halftime World Cup. And then this one, we were even leading 16 points heading to halftime. Some said it was because of the inexperience, but according to one of our Instagram followers, Jesus Tommy too, um, he is probably of the opinion that it was about the height. From your own point of view, you were there on the court, you've seen the game over and over again, you watched them before we played them and all that. What or where will you trace that defeat to? Was it because of inexperience or probably the differences in height?
What, the loss?
Yes.
I don't think it's because it's not. It was because of none of that. I mean, because okay, when we talk about experience, we were up 16 points. So there goes the experience out the window because we obviously can compete with these girls at this level. So that goes out the window. And as far as height, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they had double-digit points inside the paint until the fourth quarter when they started punching it inside. So I don't think height was really an issue either because we stayed. Of course, they scored points because they were giants, so they scored those chippy lips and chippy rebounds. But I don't think the height was really an issue for us as well because we had a game plan that was to just be aggressive, keep the ball in the front court and make them play, down to the shot clock and make them have to make tough decisions. So I don't think the height was an issue at all. I just think that the last 2 minutes of the game, like I said, we just ran out of gas, and USA kind of like they're used to playing down to the wire. So they had the extra gas to kind of like push and get those calls and get those easy baskets and kind of like make us, slow down. And they did just that. Yeah.
I I know that you're not the one that is caught for political statements. If I probably ask some other people, your favorite member on the team, you probably say all of them are basically my friend. But for you, still to the point, who is your favorite teammate on the
I
national
don't
team?
have a favorite. I don't have a favorite. I don't.
Why?
No, I love every girl differently. Yeah,
So
I feel
tell
like
so,
every girl has their own way of standing out. They definitely have their own way of being memorable. And yeah, I love everybody.
so
There's
let's
no
start
there's no
with
favorite.
let's start with promise.
Huh?
Let's start with promise.
I
Um,
I watched Promise's interview. I
so
watched it.
let's start with Promise. Relationship with Promise. What's
If I had to choose, if okay, if I have to choose an ultimate favorite person on the team, I would have to say the doctor, because she gives these amazing massages. Oh my god! And
no, sorry, the dog
I'm
about the
I'm a, let me finish. I'm I'm a strong believer in that, athletes, they need time to recover, especially from long games. And the doctor, she just takes her time with all the massages, the deep tissues. She just make you feel like I'm ready for another 40, 45 minutes. So yeah, if I had to choose somebody on the team who's my favorite, definitely the doctor, for sure. You said you had
so what
another
about
question?
then you've spoken about the non staff. Then what about the playing staff?
I don't have a favorite. I told you they're all my favorite. I love everybody to the same.
Now you
I can
spoke
tell you what I
about
like about each person. I love everybody.
that's what I'm saying. Now I'll probably highlight three people um, that could pop into my head, and then
Hmm.
you tell us the relationship you have with them, how you tag along. So
Okay.
starting with Promise.
The connection is in and out. You said, how do I connect with who?
Promise.
Oh, I love Promise. Promise is like my twin sister. Everybody thinks we look alike. That's like my fave. Um, I'm really close with her. We have the same sign. We're literally 2 days apart in birthdays. So yeah, that's definitely one of my ride or dies.
Yeah, you are making sense. Um, what about Adara and Lono?
Adora Alano, I call her my silent assassin. Whenever I need her to show up for a game, she's there. Off the court, I really love her. She's super level headed. If I'm having any issues with anybody, I could definitely go to her and she'll calm me down for sure. And yeah, she's one of those teen moms, sort of, where you could just go and talk to her and just like express to her, your concern. I really like her. Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Evelyn Akato?
Who? Evelyn?
Yes.
I love Evelyn too. I met Evelyn years ago when we first had training camp in Atlanta. We met in Atlanta, and we had our first little. We all went to Buffalo Wild Wings before training camp started. So that's how I got connected with her. I love Evelyn. I mean, we laugh and joke all the time. We have our good moments. We stay in contact sometime over Instagram. When I play against her, it's always fun because we're always like talking junk to each other. So yeah, I love Evelyn. She's like one of those sisters from another mister.
Now away from that, let's look at the role of Aisha Mohammed Balarabe on that team. She's been there
Okay.
for God knows when. She has won a third AfroBasket title, possibly the only Olympian on the current squad right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of the old block, but right now, amongst younger kids and all that. Looking at achievements and everything, and stay on the team, how has she made it so easy for you guys to learn about the Nigerian culture, to learn about playing for the national team, to learn about uh, wearing the green white, and how comfortable has she made it home for you in the Tigres camp?
Yeah, she's made it really comfortable for me and for some of the younger girls that came before me and after me. Um, like I said, I think she's like one of the moms of the team to kind of really, teach us about respect and professionalism and stay in the team and stand together and stand as sisters. I think because she has that background, because she has that history, she knows what it takes to be successful and to stay together. And the fact that she can imprint all the information on us and really, give us a look at how things were before and how things can change now. Yeah, she definitely gives us a lot of insight on the team to just stay together and be sisters and not give up on each other. So I definitely think she plays an important role on the team.
You are currently now playing in France. and then France is
Yeah.
known as the city of love. Have you found love in France?
I haven't found love in France, and I haven't found love in USA either. I don't know if it's something in the water or the air, but something's going on.
We'll get to that when the time comes. When we talk about what's it called, the personal life. Um,
Okay.
Now, assessment of the chemistry amongst this current team on and off the court.
Yeah. On the court, I think we're very cohesive. We know how each other play. We know the mindset of certain players when we're on the court with them. So I think that on the court, we're kind of like we're a gel together. We know what to expect from each other, and we know what each player can do. Off the court, we're just like sisters. We're goofballs. We're always dancing and playing to the latest song. We're always doing some type of TikTok or in each other's rooms when we're on the road. So I think that the chemistry on the court reflects how we are off the court. I mean, we have times where we're having fun at lunch or at dinner or just team breakfast. The fact that we all stay together, it shows that the chemistry is really there on the court and off the court. And I love it.
This question is directly from Adara Elona.
Okay.
From my own point of view, you should be in the NBA. What is wrong with the coaches? Or what do you think is wrong with the coaches?
What do I think is wrong with the coaches?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it's I don't think it's the coaches' problem for the reason why I'm not in the WNBA.
Yes.
I don't think it's their I don't think it's their problem. And my agent are definitely
Somebody said your agent. A lot of Nigerians believe that you should be in the WNBA. Adara is asking you what's wrong with the coaches and all that. But from your own perspective, what do you think?
yeah, I just think it's just political. I'm waiting for the WBA to give me a shot. I've definitely have been working on my agent on getting into a combine or a camp. We've definitely been working on that, but because of everything that happened, things have been put on hold. But he's definitely working on that side of things as far as communication. And yeah, I'm definitely waiting for my opportunity. I'm not like in a rush. I'm not upset or anything like that. I'm just waiting for them to give me my moment and my opportunity, because I know when I do receive the opportunity in that moment, I'm definitely gonna make it, known, and I'm gonna show them that I was supposed to have been here. So I'm not really sweating it. It's just I don't know if I guess they haven't opened the eyes yet, or they haven't seen exactly what they wanted to see just yet.
About your greatest moment, you spoke about
Mhm.
the buzzer shot against Korea in 2016. Now, somebody is
Mhm.
asking you the greatest shot that you never made.
My greatest shot that I ever hit in the
Never,
game.
you never made.
Oh, the shot that I never made. That's a good question because I make all my shots.
What?
I knew you were gonna say that, but the greatest shot I never made. I don't know. I hate. Well, can I say? I don't know. I hate missing free throws. So can I say that any free throw that I've ever shot and I missed? Sorry, any free throw that I ever shot and I missed is always the I don't know. The worst shot I've never taken.
The worst shot or the best shot that, okay, you thought this was going in the basket, and then all of a sudden, air ball or bounces off the rim and then goes up and all that. The best shot
Um,
that you never made.
Probably when I was playing in Germany to to win the game, I shot a shot and it actually rolled around the rim and came out. So yeah, that was really tough for me, but it was that was a tough one.
Do you speak pigeon?
A little. I know the basics, like how far, how you day, the chop. I know the
What?
basics.
No, they do it.
Are you are you reading? Oh, you're reading the questions that's here. I thought people would like send you questions.
If
I'm
if
5'8".
if you have to choose, okay, let's come back because we are out of time right now, and then we try our
Okay.
reflection, and then we come back and then wrap up the discussion.
Uh huh.